Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. This is Hub Tunes. I am Mike. Took a week off. Just wasn't feeling like making videos. I always told myself if this ever became not fun or became work, that I would just end it immediately. I'm not saying I was close to ending it, but I just needed a little break. You know, it's only YouTube. People take YouTube way too seriously. People in this vinyl community are intense. I don't take it half as serious as most of these people. So this is going to be a Vinyl Finds video for September 2023. I was hoping to have the new Wilco record, which was released today. I was hoping to have it to show you. It has been out for delivery for 7 days. I'm thinking it's lost. It is their new album called Cousins. I have streamed it. It came out this morning. I love it. I'm a big Wilco fan. So yeah, I mean I loved their last album, Cruel Country. I thought it was an absolute masterpiece. A little too long, but man, a great record, and this new one sounds just as good, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the vinyl if I ever get it. So, Vinyl Finds for September 2023. As I say, 2023 has been the year of, I say it in every one of these videos, I'm paring back, being more deliberate about what I buy. I definitely am not doing as many blind buys as I used to, although blind buys sometimes are like some of the best music I've ever discovered. So I'm trying to do a real balance of saving money, listening to more shit that's behind me on the wall, which I've been doing a lot of lately. Really digging into like just some stuff that I haven't even listened to in years. So that is one of the big benefits of not buying as many records. So I actually only bought 4 records in the month of September. That is very unusual for me. If you tuned into any of my videos a year ago or 2 years ago, I was buying 20 records a month, sometimes more. I mean, I think when I first started the channel, I was doing 2 Vinyl Finds videos a month, and it was a lot. And honestly, kind of silly. So I have 4 records and 1 VCLT from one of my dear friends in the vinyl community. I'll save that for last, and let's just get right into it. Actually, you know what? I only have 3 records I bought this month. Yeah, well, 4 total if you count the VCLT. So I discovered this band. It's I guess it's a band. It's more of it's a band. This is a band called $75 Bill. And this is one of their early albums. They've only released, I think, 2 or 3. This is their... Hey, that looks good with my orange hat. Yeah. This is their album Power Failures. I think it might be their second full-length record. They've finally reissued this on vinyl. This is not for everybody. This is an interesting band. Actually, Mazzy turned me onto them. And that's what's so great about the vinyl community. That is what is actually great about all of these records that I have this month. Somebody in the vinyl community turned me onto all of these. Every single one. So Mazzy turned me onto this band. It's $75 Bill. He showed this record. I Was Real. It's along the same lines. This is a gorgeous record. I got them on Bandcamp. This is like a linen cover. It is absolutely beautiful. Really, really well done. This is their most recent record. So he turned me onto that, and when I saw this up for sale, it came out like last week, 2 weeks ago, and I just jumped on it because I absolutely love this type of music. This is experimental. It is avant-garde. It's a little jazzy at times. It really, really interesting stuff. The band is really, it's basically Rick Brown and Che Chen for the most part, but there's some other people on here. There's all kinds of instruments. I mean, plywood crate. Rick Brown plays the plywood crate, maracas, cowbell, funnel horns, and the computer. Che Chen plays guitars, cowbells, temple block, tamborim, uh, maracas, conga, flute, bass, bass recorder, soprano sax, and he uses a bunch of other stuff: digital delay, radio, micro cassettes, and samples. A woman named Sue Gardner plays violin on a couple of songs. But this is just some really interesting, very hypnotic, really out there music. Not for everybody, but I highly recommend giving them a chance. They're really interesting. I saw on Instagram they were actually in St. Louis last week doing a concert, and I reached out because I didn't know they toured, and it was just a one-off concert in St. Louis. So yeah, I was kind of bummed. I wanted to see them. This next one is Organic Pulse Ensemble, their new album. And this is going to be one of my favorite records of the year. This is absolutely fantastic. It's called Formative Stages. Interesting artwork. It is really cool. First of all, great packaging. This is beautifully tipped on jacket. I mean, this is great. It's spiritual. It's kind of, is it jazz? It's spiritual jazz, world music. Very, very out there. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's really, really cool. Highly recommend this. This is Organic Pulse Ensemble. And this is going to be one of my top records of the year. Absolutely love it. This one was, I don't remember who turned me onto that. It may have been, I don't remember. You know, it might have been Notes and Tones, Mike. He sits in on with the Jazz Bums every once in a while. He might have posted that on Instagram. I think that's pretty much how I found that. And it was not a cheap record. It was, I want to say it was well over $50. And I had to get it shipped. So all of these I bought on Bandcamp, I believe. This one is another one that the Jazz Bums turned me onto. Felipe from the Jazz Bums turned me onto this. This is, and I'm just gonna go with Braja. Probably pronouncing it wrong, and somebody will correct me in the comments. That's totally fine. Great artwork. Look at that. Is that cool artwork? Really, really interesting. Again, beautiful packaging. Real thick cardboard. I don't know how many of these are made. I believe there were only 500 made. I'm not sure about that. But again, very spiritual. These three records all have this in common. Very spiritual, out there music, interesting. You could put it on as background music. You could also just put on your headphones and listen to this. This is really, really interesting. This was recorded a few years ago. This is not recent. I do not see a date on here. But it was a few years ago. It's interesting stuff. I mean, they got alto sax, synthesizers, pianos. There's some vocals on a few songs, not like full blown vocal, but more just like ethereal kind of stuff. Acoustic bass, drums, more vocals, got some guitars. Really, really interesting stuff. I am blown away by this. Excellent record. Just if you're into spiritual jazz and world music, this is really a really, really good record. So highly recommend this. Thank you, Felipe at the Jazz Bums. And I got some VCLT from, I don't get a lot of VCLT. I don't need it. I don't want it. I mean, it's fine if you want to send me it. But I don't get a lot, and that's totally fine. But my friend Craig from Craig's Vinyl Plethora, he was doing some shopping. I think he was out of town. He was doing some record shopping out of town, and he knows I'm a huge Mavis Staples fan, and this, wow, another one that looks great with my, yeah. He was out of town. He saw this for very cheap, and he's like, "Do you have this?" And I said, "No." And he's like, "You got to get it. This is Mavis Staples, Living on a High Note." It is produced by M. Ward, who I am a huge fan of. M. Ward, his solo album Post War is absolutely gorgeous. I love that record. He's a singer-songwriter, a little bit acoustic-y. He also did a project called The Monsters of Folk, with Jim James from My Morning Jacket, Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes, him, and the drummer was also from Bright Eyes, I believe. Great. Check it out. Monsters of Folk. It's not what it sounds like it is. It is excellent. They toured with that record. They only made one record. There might have been an EP maybe too. But they made one record. Everybody wants them to get back together and do another one. It's been 12 years, 10, 12 years. I don't think it's happening. But they also toured with that record, and it was a wonderful, wonderful concert. But Craig picked this up, Mavis Staples, produced by M. Ward. It's a good record. It's not, it's not her best. I like it. I like it a lot, and it was one that I did not have in my collection. So thank you, Craig. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Wow, 10 minutes. Who knew I could do a Final Finds video in 10 minutes? So yeah, to recap, if you like spiritual world music, stuff that's kind of out there, those three records are absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend all three of them. I'm like I said, I think I got all of them on Bandcamp. I know for sure I got the $75 bill on Bandcamp. Again, that's probably not available anymore. I think there were only 300 copies made, but you could try. And they also are streaming. All three of those records are streaming, so check them out. Highly recommended. You guys, questions, comments, snide remarks in the comments below. Take care. Bye.